I am here with Brendan Lindsay from Game Samba, and we're here to talk about Remnant Knights. So Brendan, tell me a little bit about the game and the new update that's coming.
Well, Remnant Knights is an anime-inspired free-to-play MMORPG, as you can see since we're at Funimation's booth. I don't know if anyone saw the news, but I think 2 or 3 days ago we actually announced that Funimation's now our owner, so they own a majority of Game Samba shares now. So we're the official anime MMO company. But Remnant Knights is free-to-play. It's sort of a cartoony look, but it's actually got a lot of hardcore PvP type elements in it. There's 3 PvP modes, including a max level PvP mode which comes in the launch, which was yesterday. So yesterday went to full release, and it's got about, I don't even know, man, like 400 hours of endgame content and only like 60 hours to get to the max level now. So it's really quick grinding compared to most free-to-play games.
So the game just came out yesterday?
Yeah, it's been in open beta since last November, and it came out full release Thursday.
Very nice. And is that a browser-based game, or do you have to download something?
It's a client, so it's downloadable. It's about a 1.5 gig footprint basically on a computer, give or take. But it's pretty, low requirement specs. So if they could play World of Warcraft, you can pretty much play it on high.
Right. Perfect. And then, so is it like a huge world? Are there classes? Like, tell me, if I didn't know anything about the game, just a quick like.
Oh, well, there's 2 different schools. There's Owl and Dragon School, sort of like a Horde Alliance faction type scenario, except it takes place, in different academies are sort of competing. There's 6 advanced classes, 3 basic. There's 2 gun classes, 2 fighting classes, and 2 magic classes. And each of those has their own specialty. You got the offensive, defensive, sort of each one. But it's a skill tree-based system, so it's not like you're locked into being a tank if you're the tank class. You could build full offense. You could be, the magician and go full defense. It's just really how you want to play.
Okay, yeah, a lot of games I've noticed are kind of doing that lately. They're giving people the option, not just like, hey, I'm going to be a sniper and that's going to be myself the whole game. So that's definitely a good thing in MMOs. So now tell me a little bit about the world.
All right, so the game takes place, thousands of years in the future. Earth has been destroyed by invading, sort of extra-dimensional creatures. It's rebuilt, but when they rebuild it based off of stuff they've found in books and old legends and things like that. So some of the world's actually modeled off areas like ancient Egypt. Some of it's modeled off like Wizard of Oz. Some of it's, jungle-themed. I mean, it's sort of all over the map in terms of what's there. And I think right now, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I think there's probably like 11 or 12 PvE zones you go through, and there's 29 dungeons, 11 of which are max level dungeons with traps and things like that. And there's also different maps for PvP mode and guild versus guild and all that kind of fun stuff.
So now the PvP, is that like one of the main things once you get max level? Or you mentioned the dungeons, so that's kind of like what do you do to get people to keep playing once they've reached the max level?
I mean, the PvP and PvE sort of evenly split throughout the game. We didn't want to have one where people who like PvP couldn't do that, and then people who didn't want to get PK'd would, not want to play like Darkfall or something like that where it's too hardcore. So people could level up either way. It's about the same speed. So it takes about 60 to 80 hours, regardless if you're doing PvE or PvP, to get to level 60. And you get Marble Battle at level 10, which is sort of like a capture and hold League of Legends type style, where there's 3 points on the map, you hold the points, earn score. Then there's Arena at max level, which is like a Marvel vs. Capcom style. It's 5-on-5, randomly, order people. You fight one-on-one, whatever team wins the most matches, wins the match. And that's sort of the max level with ranking, and you get PvP currency and things like that.
And so you have guilds and everything. I think I was reading, do you have like player housing and stuff? Is that?
There's guilds, they're called clubs in the game, since it is, based on an academy sort of theme. And players get their own dorm at level 10. And it's full editor, you can move everything around in it. It starts out completely blank. You could, get the carpet, the walls, put windows up, bed, furniture, whatever you want to put in, basically.
Perfect. And then lastly, there's a lot of free-to-play games, MMO games on the market. Why would someone want to come and check out Remnant Knights?
I think the main draws are the fact that it's pretty evenly split between PvP and PvE content, and there's a lot of social elements as well with the guilds. There's PvE guild modes as well, which a lot of games don't have. PvE guild competition, that's all usually guild versus guild. And then the fact, you get max level in 60 hours is not a lot of grinding compared to a lot of other free-to-play games, and every item you buy is aesthetic, so you can't buy anything that gives you any advantage over another player. So you could look different and have a cooler-looking mount, but everyone still gets the free mount, everyone still gets the same skill, the same attack, the same weapons. It's just you might want a better-looking hat.
So it's not like pay to win or anything. It's skill-based, so you don't have to. The guy with the most money is not going to be the best guy in the world.
If he does, buy a faster mount, everything that's different is completely disabled in any PvP mode. So it's all equaled out free and premium mounts.
Perfect, very cool. Well, we'll check out Remnant Knights.